Hey guys, welcome to Brit Indians. I'm Joshua. In this video, we are going to look into the monthly expenses, mainly the groceries, your personal item expenses. So that's what I'm going to cover in this video. So we have already made a video on this in 2020. So I just want to show you how much it has increased, the cost of living, how much it has increased from 2020 to 2023. So we will discuss that in brief in this video. So let's get into the video. Before moving on to the video, I'd like to thank UniEcho for sponsoring this video. UniEcho is a student accommodation provider in the UK and also in 10 more countries. They're headquartered in India with a strong presence in UK, Australia, US and beyond. UniEcho has a track record of guaranteeing that students find their perfect home. Their properties are located in student-friendly cities close to prestigious universities, which makes students' lives easier. They have around 1 million users. They have a wide range of room options varying from studio, ensuite, non-ensuite, twin studio, etc. They have a very good rating and review from their former students. You can click the link in the description, which will take you to the page where you can choose the country in which you want to find the student accommodation, and you can select the city where you want to find an accommodation, and then you can choose your universities, or you can type whichever universities you want, and then you can select your move-in date, and then you can select the weeks, number of weeks you want the accommodation, and then you can select your budget, and then you can select whichever room you want. You can type your name in, and then your email address, your phone number and your preferred time slot. So within next 1 to 2 hours you will receive WhatsApp message or an email from an expert who will help you throughout the process of finding a good accommodation in the city where you want to live in. They will help you compare across different properties and choose the best one for you. If you're looking out for student accommodation in any of these countries, then do check out UniEcho. So I will split this cost of living into 3 types. So one is the weekly expenses, and one is the monthly expenses, and another one is personal expenses, and finally some other expenses, something like traveling, eating outside. So those comes into the other expenses. So this is how I will split the video. And for the weekly and monthly expenses, I will be sharing some common expenses because if you're a student, then you will be staying with some friends. So usually when I did my masters, I stayed with 3 people, and now I'm with sharing with 2 or 3 people of my friends. So usually whatever I buy, I usually share with them. That's how I will be telling you in this video. So I will assume that there are 3 people, and if they are buying stuffs, how much will it cost for one person? And it will also be good for the families, because usually in family you will be like husband and wife and 1 child or 2 child. So it will also give you an approximate idea of how much the groceries and the personal items will cost for you. So now let's look into the expenses. So we will first look into the weekly cooking items. So I have the 3 persons sharing here, so all the details will be for 3 people, and then we will divide it by 3 at the end. So these are the main items that I get usually. It's tomatoes, brown onions, carrots, beans, okra. So you can see the unit prices here. So 6 tomatoes cost around 75 pence, and then we buy usually around 4 quantities. Same wise, onion 1 kilogram is 1 pound, beans 200 grams is 150 pounds, and coriander 30 grams is 70p, mint leaf 30 grams is 1 pound. So these are the rates for the items. And then usually the non-veg thing that I buy is the chicken. So chicken is 1 kilogram is around 250 pounds, which is a huge increase from the last 2020 video, because the 2020 video it was around I think 119 or 120, but now it's around 250, which is like 2 times. So the total weekly cooking items for 1 week for 3 people is around 33 pounds 14 pence, and then if you see for 1 month it comes around 132 pounds 56 pence for 3 people. So in 2020 this was around 123 pounds and 10p. So the increase is around 7.68%. So there is around 7.68% of increase in the cost for these items. So next we will divide it by for 3 people. So for 1 person it comes around 44 pounds 19 pence for 1 month for these weekly cooking items. So now we'll look into the monthly items that we usually share between 3 people. So it's the cooking oil, all the spices, coffee, sugar, salt, rice, ghee. The main the cost increase or the rice, which was around 12 pounds, now it's around 18 to 20 pounds. And then coffee has increased a lot. It was around 5 pounds or 5.50, now it's around 7 pounds. And also the spices have increased a little bit. And then the laundry capsule. So we usually buy laundry capsules, so that you just put 1 capsule for 1 wash. The box previously in 2020 it was around 5 pounds, now it's around 8.50. So the total monthly common item cost for 3 people is around 65 pounds 5 pence. So in 2020 this was around 48 pounds 50 pence. So that is actually around 34.1% increase of cost of living. So the total monthly items cost for 1 person, if we just divide it by 3 people, comes around like 21 pounds 68 pence for 1 person. Next we'll look into the monthly personal items. So this is for 1 person, their personal items. I buy fruits, milks, eggs for me, bread, jam, biscuits, chips, shampoo, my body wash. So all my personal care items and my personal food items. So the total monthly personal item cost for 1 person comes around 45 pounds 84 pence. So in 2020 this was 36 pounds 35 pence. So that is around 26.1% increase in the cost. So now let's look into the other monthly expenses. So monthly mobile recharge, haircut, eating food outside. Let's say you spend around 8 pounds for one-time food, so you eat around 10 times a month outside. You travel for 3 weekends, so you spend 1 weekend, it's 25 pounds, and 3 weekends comes around like 75 pounds. So let's say an approximate of 186 pounds overall for your other monthly expenses. Now we will add all those things. So the total weekly cooking items, and then total monthly common items and monthly personal items and other expenses. So if we add these all, the overall monthly expense comes around 297 pounds 71 pence just for your food, your personal items, and just your small travels and outside foods. So in 2020, if you have seen the video, it was around 232 pounds. So that is about 28.3%. So overall that increase is around 30% from 2020 to 2023. So within the 3 years, you see for every year, let's say there is around 10% increase. They say the inflation is around like 7%, 8%, but actually it's around 10%. And if you see from the previous salaries, like it doesn't rise that much. So every year in UK the salary rises somewhere around 3 to 5%, unless you get some you get into a new company, so you get somewhere around 15-20% increase. But other than that, usually it's around 3 to 5% for engineering side, and maybe for IT it's around like 8 to 9%. So from this you will get an idea of how much the vegetables cost is in UK, the fruits cost, and then the personal items cost in UK. So these are all mainly from Tesco, because I usually buy in Tesco. And if you want some cheaper prices, you can check out Aldi and Lidl. If you have Aldi and Lidl supermarkets closer to you, then they usually have some cheaper prices, but then they mostly don't have much Indian items. So usually I buy in Tesco and Sainsbury. So if you want cheaper items, you can go to Aldi, and the next is the Lidl, and then it's Tesco, and then it's Asda, and then it's Sainsbury and Morrisons. Also, you will have some for example dosa batters, some specific country specific items, so you can find them in some cities, like for example in Midlands, Derby, Leicester, Nottingham, so they have some Indian stores. And Manchester and Liverpool, they have Indian stores. So if you are in a small town like me in Loughborough, we don't have much Indian stores here. Even though one of the store we have is the Londis and Eurasia, so they have some Indian items. So similarly, you can check the Indian items that are available closer to you. So if you know any Indian stores closer to your location, just put the name of your location and the name of the store in the comments, so that it will be helpful for the people who are searching for Indian stores close by. So the cost of living is increasing. That is the main point why I just wanted to make this video, to give you a clear idea of how much you can expect to spend in a month. But then this is the lowest amount that you expect to spend in a month, because there are your subscriptions for your Netflix, your Prime, and then usually even only the train ticket costs around 25 pounds if you want to go outside of your city to explore. So there will be some increase in that. So usually it is around 500 pounds budget if you're a bachelor, or if you're staying alone as a student. So that's the amount that you expect to spend. So if you're with family, then you can basically multiply it by 2.5 or 2.25. I hope this video is useful for you. If you like the video, click the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll meet in the next video. Until then, goodbye, cheers.